happy, 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 happy. What this is? Tuesday night? Wednesday night? What's today? What's today, y'all? Monday, Tuesday? What's today? I don't even know what day of the week it is. That's so sad. What it is? Tuesday, Wednesday? No, it must be Tuesday. I don't think it's hump day yet. Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully it is Tuesday. I think it is. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Ja Morant. Wait for some of y'all to come on in here. Come on in here. Let's talk about Mr. Ja Morant. Where's Ja Morant? I hope I'm saying it right. It's Ja Morant, yeah. Please hit the like button as you're coming in. And let's talk about it. Ja Morant, the basketball player that's now benched for brandishing a weapon online and throwing up gang signs. Wow. Let's talk about it. I can't believe Ja Morant did that. But he's a child still. He's a young guy with a lot of money. And just unfortunately, I believe, just thought he was above the law. You give these babies a lot of money, put them in this position where they come from not much. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing tonight? I hope you're better than last night. You put them in a position where they don't come from much, but, and you give them so much money. That's a blessing. I'm so happy to hear that, Dwayne. And you give them all these millions of dollars. You could take the boy out the hood, but sometimes it's hard to take the hood out the boy. Hey, Maisha. And I just think that he shouldn't lose his whole career because of that. That's just my opinion. What y'all think? I just think he worked for his career. His one mistake of him doing what he did online does not define who he is as an individual. It doesn't take anything away from his talents. Now, do I think he needs some guidance? Yes. Ja Morant definitely needs some guidance, and I just really think that they should use people like Ja Morant to help these young boys in the streets. Because every day when you go on Instagram and stuff like that, you see them brandishing guns, they brandish drugs, they brandish all this stuff online because they think that it brings a crowd. But Ja Morant's situation could be used as a great example to show them where doing stuff like that online, what it can, where it can lead you. That it could be the demise of a career once you decide to go into a career that's good paying. That it could really change your life for the worse when you decide to use the internet to do stuff like that. But do I think that child needed to lose his whole career? No, because again, it does not take away from his talents. It does not take away from what he did. But you have to understand, again, you can take the man out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the man. He is at another level of life right now with his contract and all that, but he still is who he is. He's only been in the league, about 2-3 years? Like, you can't change somebody's whole genetic makeup in 2 to 3 years. Regardless of how much money you've given this guy, he didn't ask to be, even though he's a public figure, he's not asking to be responsible for everybody's child and everybody that's looking at him. He didn't ask to be anybody's role model. He there to play ball. You understand? He there to play ball. He ain't there to be nobody's role model. And now they want to just keep pushing. And again, who is it mainly jumping on the bandwagon, trying to take him down? His own people. And I keep telling y'all, other races don't do that. If anything, try to advocate for Ja Morant to get some help and for Ja Morant to get more of an understanding of the position that he's in. Because y'all all don't want to be serious about it. Where do they go to look for basketball players? In the hood. They go to the hood schools because that's where the talent at. Most of the hood is talented. Very, very talented, even when it comes to basketball. Because most of the boys out the hood want to be basketball players, they want to be rappers, or they want to be stuff like that. So they born with that. It's in their genetic makeup. So you can't go snatch a boy up out the hood and then want to conform him to be what you want him to be. You know what I'm saying? They believe because they're giving Ja Morant this money that they can completely change who he is. No. Am I agreeing with what Ja Morant did? No. But again, He is just who he is. Send somebody over there to educate the young man. Send somebody over there to uplift the young man. Send somebody over there to be his mentor. Do stuff like that. Don't go straight to trying to destroy this baby career. Stay your ass out the hood looking for basketball players. And then get mad when they bring that mentality to the basketball to the basketball court. When you go in the hood and you going to gyms and stuff and you watch those men and those boys and they playing ball, more talent sometimes than you actually see on the professional basketball court. And you will only catch that down in the hood. And a lot of people, when they're able to move, a lot of families that have been able to move their children out the hood and to go to the better schools is because they offered to pay for them to go to the better schools and the private schools just so they can scout them for basketball and or football. So how you gonna get mad at somebody for being exactly who you know they was when you went to scout them? Now everybody want to act like he's supposed to be something. That's a child. Cut it out. That's a child. Yeah, he made a bad mistake. Okay? Now, turn it around for the good. Turn it around to save some children. Turn it around, in a better way. Don't try to destroy that baby who, what he worked hard for. Because, again, it don't take away from his talent. I agree. He needs guidance and a mentor. I will Google him to learn more about him when we're done. Is it John? It's John Morant. He's a basketball player. Hey, Miss No More Drama. Miss No More Drama said, hey, Maisha and Dwayne. Yeah, like now y'all want to try to destroy his career for what? Did he hurt anybody? No, he didn't. Did it take anything away from his game? No, it didn't. He made a stupid mistake, like all of us do. But it should not cost Ja Morant his career. Again, he is who he is. Because he don't want to be turned into this perfect robot overnight because he's famous. He have an an NBA contract. He don't supposed to do nothing but still be himself. Now, the little negative parts of his life, yes, he should have slid away from that. He got too much money to still be doing that, but it's still in him. Get a man time to grow. Get a man time to mature. Hold him accountable for what he did, yes. Because, again, there's so many mothers out here that we fighting for our sons, and we trying to keep our sons to know that stuff like that is not okay. And a lot of our sons, especially the ones that are into basketball, they watch Ja Morant. But again, he ain't trying to be their role model, but still, whether he want to or not, a lot of them look at him, okay? So he definitely shouldn't have took that to social media doing no foolishness like that, because now that's just going to make more kids, unfortunately, think that it's okay to brandish guns and be stupid on the internet. But what he can do is go ahead and intercede this right now. Intercept it, Right now, go ahead, speak against it. Every chance you get. Don't let them silence you, Ja Morant. It happened on your social media. Dang, who Ja Morant play for? I can't even think of it off the top of my head, Lord. Who Ja Morant play for? He plays for... Why can't I think about it just now? I was just looking at the man. And my son loved Ja Morant. Hey, I am Michelle. Yeah, you want to sit here and try to crucify this child for being a child. You went in the hood to find this child. Lead, you know what I'm saying? And now you think you're going to... It's on the tip of my tongue. It's coming. I just got to remember. You want to sit here and keep bothering the baby. Because he made a mistake. You negated his baby, all this money. Y'all, I don't know why they think money can change people. Some people really don't change. You know what I'm saying? It's more money, they appreciate it. But they don't change who they are. You know what I'm saying? They still are who they are. Why I can't think of who Ja Morant played for? He played for the Grizzlies? Don't he play for the Grizzlies? Yeah, the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? But now y'all want to crucify this man again. Y'all keep doing that. Close both of those doors. Y'all want to take away his talent. Why? To put him back in the hood? Because all you're going to do is piss him off. To try to send him back to a place that he worked his ass off to get out of. This one mistake, again, should not cost that baby his career because you put him back in the hood. What you think going to happen? His face going to be splattered all over the news and stuff for a totally different reason. And something that you all could prevent by just giving this baby... come on. It's plenty of people in that doggone industry doing something, a whole lot of stuff that they aren't supposed to be doing. Dwayne Wade changing his whole son genetic makeup before he can get old enough to make his own choices in life. And y'all want to get child by. Get out my face. Let me not talk about that, honey. Y'all might get offended, but I said what I said. Exactly, people are who they are. Exactly, that baby who he is. He has to grow into himself. He has to mature. He needs more time to mature. But like I said, why not go ahead, a PR, he needs to get a better PR team, and he needs to go ahead and catch this, and you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and stop this at the track. Go ahead out and talk to the troubled youth that think stuff like this is okay, because since what he's going through is already public, now, go ahead and talk to the youth that's doing the same kind of stupid mess, that hasn't even reached being able to be scouted or anything like that, and just tell them and help them and motivate them to see what you do, even though he did it in his current life, but still what you do in your past life can always be re-pulled up. And, you know, stuff like this can stop you from elevating in life. Let me see. Is the pressing harping on the negative, or is they will? Yeah, they pressing. Now they add stuff. Oh, he used to always make reference to Crip, this, that, and third. Shut up. Shut up. None of that still had nothing to do with the man talent. Shut up. None of that stopped y'all from scouting them. So if y'all now all y'all been having all these feelings all this time about John Morant, but that ain't stop y'all from having him running up and down on that doggone basketball court, making y'all all this big money. Now y'all want to try to down him because he done made a mistake. Shut up. And then it's Hay-Rise and Jones. Then it's always your own people that jump behind it and keep trying to dig a hole deeper and deeper for their own. Shut up. Stand for something or fall for anything. Stand behind the young brother. Encourage mentorship for the young man. Encourage him, like I said, to go back in the hoods and help the kids in the hood. Because now they seeing a public exhibit of what making bad decisions like that could lead to. But now this is a man that's in a high position, like I said. And most kids from the hood, even boys, they love basketball. So go send him to the hood, let him talk to them young boys, and let them understand that what those choices could do. See, it's affecting him now in his current career, but let them know, see, they can pull this up about you while you trying to get scouted, and this could stop you from getting scouted regardless of what kind of talent that you got. He may can save a lot of lives. Instead of keep trying to press what he did, okay, he did it, it's over. What you pressing it for? Nobody got hurt. Again, not saying it was the right decision, but nobody got hurt. Now, it already happened. The problem is already happened. Now, let's try to find a solution. And the solution should not be that young man, you losing his career. That man that made a lot of money, or you know what I'm saying, just try to help whatever his contract is, the millions of contract, dollars he getting his contract ain't half of what they making off of him, running up and down that doggone court, putting all that wear and tear on his body to shoot a basketball for them. Okay? Like, come on, man. Leave John Morant alone. Stop. Like, stop. We got to stop letting them, once our little young brothers finally make it, we got to stop letting them do them like this, y'all. Even though he did it to himself, but okay, I can see him benched a couple games. All right. But along with that, I will make sure he get a mentor and make him also become a mentor to save other young brothers coming up behind him from making those same mistakes. But again, when y'all looking for the football players, yes, that would be a great rehabilitation to go on immediate bliss. Facts, help him go help other young brothers. Because like I said, when y'all going to scout these NFL players and these basketball players, y'all going straight to the hood to find them. Because y'all know that's where the talent at. But in the same tone, y'all try to downplay the hood. Act like everybody in the hood ain't worth nothing till y'all want them making some money for y'all. See, that's the message that a lot of people be missing. Hey, Pandora, they'll come snatch your babies up when they see they got talent and they can do something for them. But then they sit on their high horses and look down on your babies growing up in the hood. See, it's just like those situations where people be around you as long as they can benefit from you. But when you don't have nothing to give them, their love ain't the same. You understand? But there's 1,000 John Morants out there to them. And they going to go straight back to the hood to find another one. You understand? Like that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That baby don't need to lose his whole career over brandishing. He shouldn't have did that though. I'm just trying to figure out who was around him. Like who was around this baby, letting him do something stupid like that. That was stupid. But it was as a young man, it was an honest mistake. But again, it's what he come from. It's who he is. But that don't stop him from when he get on that court playing his heart out. And again, hey, Angel Edwards, he didn't hurt nobody. He made a bad decision. But it's just a part of his story that hopefully he can learn from. And if the right people are around him, they can use his story to help somebody else. Not why it's helping him, he could be helping somebody else. The young brothers that's coming up behind him that they going to go looking for. When they putting all their sweat and tears and blood into playing on the basketball courts and for the schools and the football fields for the schools, they can know when they step in that position not to do that. Yeah, he young, Miss Pandora. He's human. He has to learn. He probably just needed some guidance. That's exactly what he needs. He needs some guidance because they said, like, he's made plenty of references to being Crip and all this bull crap. So why didn't y'all step in then? Okay? Now everybody want to talk about all these references that he's made up to this point. Why didn't you step in then? Because had you stepped in then, once you first saw the young brother going down the wrong path, if you stepped in then, and told him this is not acceptable, this is not a good look on the career that you've chosen, then he wouldn't have kept going. Y'all gave him enough rope to hang himself. And you're mad because now he's done that. But y'all let him. So if he was really valuable to basketball, once y'all finally saw him exhibiting things that y'all know was not what y'all wanted surrounding basketball as far as his so-called making these days, affiliations with Crip and all this allegedly and doing all that mess, y'all should have intervened then when it wasn't a big thing. And maybe this day would have never come. But y'all made him think it was all right. Some people see the NBA as a form of modern day slavery. They pay you good, but if you make one mistake, they punish you by benching you. Right, and they trying to do more to him, just keep on pushing and pushing. Child bye. Let's not do this. And for the people of his own kind that's rallying behind that, step back and think about if it was your son. Stop. Everybody want to got doggone be on the front and center of the demise of their own people. What do you get out of that? That baby ain't hurt nobody. He made a mistake that hurt nobody but himself. So why not support and uplift him? Why not, again, see what mentors like Allen Iverson, because Allen Iverson kind of went through the same thing. Now, he didn't do that exact same thing, but I'm talking about as far as the demeanor. With all his tattoos, remember they was on Allen Iverson real bad? Because his tattoos and all this and all that, they thought was so unprofessional. And this and that, they always wanted to make him, no matter how hard that man played on that court, they always wanted to make Allen Iverson a thug. It didn't matter what he did, they always wanted to find a way to reference him in a thuggish manner. You understand? But nobody took into account where y'all went and got Allen Iverson from. But again, none of that took away from his talent. And when they on that field, that's all we should be focused on, their talent. When they on that court. Yeah, they knew he needed guidance. When somebody's constantly exhibiting signs that they still young-minded, they still immature. Yeah, they stayed on AI. Facts, they did, Pandora. They did him the same way. But y'all had a choice. Y'all went to find that baby. Then y'all try to judge him for being exactly who he is. Exactly who y'all knew he was. So that's like y'all just went and got these, y'all go and swoop these children up until y'all, and let them play for a little while to make them think that y'all all for them. Then after about 2 years, then now you start to try to create this negative imagery surrounding them because of the color of their skin. No matter how much hard work they putting in, y'all try to find some way. Those ones that's not following the masses, the ones that y'all can't get to conform to be who y'all want them to be, the ones who y'all can't make sell out, y'all can't buy out, they're going to still stay true to who they are, regardless of how much money in their bank account. See, them the ones they don't like y'all. See, everybody for not looking at the bigger picture. Again, in no way supportive of what Ja Morant did at all. But we have to see the whole picture. Don't just look on the front of the glass and not try to look through it. See, when you ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. When they can't buy you and make you a yes man, they're gonna always try to find a reason to get you out of there. When they feel like they done worked long enough to try to conform you to be who they want you to be and you're not conforming, then they try to destroy you. They won't let you just leave in peace. They'd rather destroy you, destroy your image, then let you leave. What you trying to do all that for? It's like, they wave the money in your face, give them just a little piece of happiness, and then want to snatch it away when they don't want to bow down to them. Again, still in no support of what John Morant did. He put himself here. Because he should have made better choices. But again, he shouldn't be crucified for it. He should be mentored, and he should be, like I said, in that same hood mentality that he can't get himself out of. That same man is the person that you need to send back to the hood to try to correct the decisions of some of the boys that's in the hood that don't think that they could ever make it out the hood. Because they see somebody like John Morant was able to make it out the hood despite of. That's something to uplift. Okay, he made a mistake and he got all that money. So that'll make some of them kids feel like, he had all this money, he still made a mistake, but you still bigger than your mistakes. Your mistakes is not the end of you. Because a lot of children do stuff and they keep doing stuff because this prison starts becoming a revolving door. Lele. The stuff they do, put that on the floor. It becomes a revolving door. They find themselves still keep bumping into the same walls. They feel like it ain't no hope for them. So they might as well just continue the behavior, right? So they continue the behavior. Push it up. They continue the behavior because they feel like it defines who they are. Their mistakes define who they are. So they continue the behavior. Because everybody make them feel like, okay, so you done done this, so now you lost. There's no hope for you. This is who you are. There's no changing you. So they feel like, okay, if the world feels this way about me, why should I change who I am? It doesn't matter how much money I make. It doesn't matter, where I go. I can never be shown any grace. Because of the melanin on my skin, I will always have a place that I'm supposed to stay in. And in this place, I can always be judged. Regardless of what I do good, my bad will always outweigh my good in the eyes of society. See, my good will only elevate me to a certain point. But my bad, they'll try to push me to my deathbed with my bad. They'll put all the energy they got into pushing on my bad. But they half-ass support me in my good. That ain't the way it should be. Why not uplift this child? Why not uplift him? He made it out. But he has to understand, too. Hey, Blossom girl. Blossom, I'm done. I ain't messing with you, Blossom. Why not? Yeah, Colin. Yep, exactly. I appreciate you so much, Blossom. I appreciate you. Yep, just like they did Colin. Because he had a mind of his own. He didn't follow the masses. And here you go have some of your people, he wrong for taking a knee. Shut up. At what point do y'all support y'all own? Stand for something or fall for anything. Cuz y'all done had me laughing so much tonight, Blossom, I ain't messing with you. Stand for something or fall for anything. Sometimes it's okay just to sit back for a while and don't say nothing. Just see how it play out. But as I always say, what we have to understand is we as a culture will be so much stronger together than we are apart. If we stood up for each other like other races stand up for their people, right or wrong. See, they stand there, they stand beside that people until it's so much wrong that they know they have no win. Us, soon as somebody is said to be wrong, we pick a side. We jump straight on the side that's against our own. We don't even have to have all the facts, nothing. We just go ahead. And you know, a lot of that comes from envy because somebody made it out the hood and you didn't. Why can't you just celebrate somebody else's accomplishments and understand this? The more that you hate on other people and the more that you root for somebody else's demise, your life will always stay stagnant. You'll never get what you feel that you're worth because everybody else around you is worth less to you. So until you start appreciating other people and appreciating the fact that we all deserve greatness and only look down to pray, but never look down on nobody, you're going to always find yourself stagnant. You're going to always find yourself in a bad situation because you're a bad person. Here we go. Exactly, Maisha. On Instagram. You know how much Instagram, let's take John Morant out the picture. You know how much bad stuff you can flip through Instagram and see? Huh? That's some of it way worse than what John Morant did. You see people posting people demise, people unalive bodies, all that mess all over Instagram. What this baby did is fixable. What he did is fixable. But it starts with him. And it starts with people going in and wanting to mentor this baby. And understand it was a mistake. But he needs somebody to step in and care enough. Put talent aside. Care enough about John Morant, the person. Not the basketball player. Care about John Morant, the person, because that's who need help. Y'all think basketball, because he played basketball, that's all he is? You don't think this baby had a life? You don't think this baby probably got traumas he done went through? He got other stuff that he's gone through in life prior to getting to where he was. He worked his ass off to get there, to get away from something. Even if it was, maybe, I don't know what it was. It could have been seeing his parents struggle to, you know how hard it is to watch your parents struggle as a child and you grow up. And sometimes, a lot of those kids that's on the basketball court don't really want to be there. But they know they had that talent too. And they know that's a big paying, that talent could pay off real big. And they don't even have a love for the game, but they do it because it's a paycheck. And they just know that I see mama struggling, so I got to do whatever it is to bring mama out. I got to make a better life for my mama and my siblings, or my daddy and my mama and my siblings. I got to make sure my mama never have to struggle again in life. I never want to see my mama down. A lot of times, a lot of them go into those sports, not even for them. It's because they know that the eyes are on them. And they go to what's quicker to achieve. Because that's most boys out the hood, that's their dream. You'll have a handful of them that want to be the doctors, the lawyers, the firefighters, the surgeons. But the majority, what is it? Football, basketball, rapper. Because they think that that's all. They got to stay within that box. Because a lot of them are groomed off of survival, not love. A lot of them are groomed solely on survival. Some of them have no love at all in their life. So this young man don't need to be thrown away. He needs to be mentored. And he needs to also, whatever it is going on within him, he needs to be able to let it off, but not to no therapist laying on no couch. He need to be able to take his pain and heal the hood. Take his pain back to the hood. Show them little boys, yeah, we can make it out. Those guys won't pay back homage to mom and dad and siblings. Exactly. That's exactly what most of them go there for, Pandora. And they already know that's what's expected of them to be one of those things. And a lot of times in the hood, if you ain't made it to one of those things, they make you think that you're not accomplished. Because they got a slave mentality. But it's the slave mentality that's been drilled in many of us from a child, because it's all you see around you. See, a lot of us conform to what we're raised around. Until you mature and break yourself out of that mental prison. But I don't think none of John Morant people at this point need to be speaking up against him. Like I said, what he did not hurt anyone. It'd have been different if this man hurt somebody. He didn't hurt nobody but himself. So that's who we all need to be standing behind him to help heal himself. But help him understand what he did, how it could affect what a lot of mothers are dealing with, trying to keep their children from being on Instagram flashing weapons and all this. I see, we see it all the time. And mothers be pissed. So see, this situation could really turn out for the good if people took the time to use it for the right reason, instead of trying to use it for this baby demise. Use it to save somebody. Use it to save some kids that's coming up behind him doing the same stupid stuff every day. That may be your future John Morant. Use him to save the future John Morants. Because while he healing them, he gonna heal him. Because then he gonna actually be able to see the children that are watching him and why what he did was so critical. Why what he did could have such a bad impact. Them telling him it's not enough. Take him back to the hood and let him hear from the kids in the world that saw it. Because believe it or not, that's going to mean more to him than anything any coach say, any team players that's there with him already say. Take him back to the hood. And that the kids that always looked up to him and idolized with him or whatever and was happy he made it through, let him go stand in the face of his biggest fans. And those are the kids that one day dreamed to be John Morant. Let him go talk to those kids and explain it to those kids. Because those are the kids that's going to break him and remake him and bring him back better than ever. And he'll never find himself back in that situation again. Because, see, he know the coaches and stuff, they just talking to him because they want him to continue to make money for them. But the little John Morant's coming up, they really care. He not just a dollar sign to them. He who they one day want to grow up and be. So send John Morant to the little John Morant. The little upcoming John Morant. And let him heal the hood while he heal himself. And then when I say send him back, I'm talking about for mentoring programs. I'm not talking about kicking him out the league either. I'm talking about in his spare time. Send him there to do mentorships. And if he already doing some sort of mentorships, increase the mentorship time. Ain't no playtime. Take his playtime away. He don't need playtime. He don't know what to do with extra time. You don't know what to do with extra time? We're going to make sure you invest it in the best way. If he go back to the hood, they're going to love him the same. Yeah, they're going to love him the same. But you're going to have those little... What I'm saying is the love don't change. But you'll have some kids that heard their parents say, how he do this, this. And so those kids will love to hear from John Morant. To know that his life ain't over. I made a mistake. But talk to the people that really care about you, Ja. Those coaches don't care. You're a dollar sign to them, just like every other person on that field. Go talk to the little John Morants that idolize with you. Go fix whatever this may have broken within them to make them think that this can be my mindset forever. I'm in a mental prison that I think that thug life is all I'm worth. That my value only equals how thuggish I can be. Go back and teach those babies that you can stand in any room and you can make that room conform to you in a positive way by being everything they thought you couldn't be. Leave the hood mentality in the hood. When you grab your little piece of heaven, you keep that. Don't let nobody take that from you. It's easy to fall victim to the circumstances. The little John Morants need you. It ain't even about grown behind people, because a lot of grown behind people do a lot of the worst things behind closed doors. They just didn't go on the internet with it. But of course, so those are the ones that's going to throw the bricks at John Morant. Because see, they whoever, they know how to fake it till they make it. So they're going to be whoever they need to be to fit in. But he did exactly. It's not surprising. Why is it surprising? It's who he is. So why not Ben started working on the baby from the jump? Not wait until, he get this bad that he do something like that. Now y'all want to try to act like he the worst person in the world. You know how many kids around here that's doing the same thing? Because you gave him money didn't make him mature. His mentality is still the same. It's just now he got that same mentality with money. See, you didn't work on his mentality. And nor did you care. You just cared about how much money he could make. And that's what they do to all of them. You take somebody that ain't had nothing and throw millions of dollars at them. Come on, y'all. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Come on now. That didn't do anything to their level of mentality at all. You just put added money to a hood mentality. Instead of trying to fix the hood mentality along the way. That's always a recipe for disaster. So now that he's done what most of them expected him to do at some point, which I didn't. I always expect the best out of him. But I'm never surprised when stuff like this happen. Why? Because if you're a mother, even of a son, then you should know. Don't your son do unexpected things all the time? Yeah, he's so young. That's a baby. Try to hold him to the same kind of accord that you hold the younger the older OGs to. Shaq done did everything in the world. All the cheating and all this and that. He still got respect. He ain't get benched. He ain't get kicked out the league. Cheating on his wife. See? You pick and choose who you want to respect. And most of your respect is not based off of the right stuff. A lot of people respect them just because everybody else respects them. Not because they've actually done anything for you to respect. It's just easier to fall in line. Yeah, they should be mentoring that baby. They should have been mentoring him. But like I said, he need to talk to AI. AI give him the strength he need to make it through it. Because, baby, they bother AI the whole time. But they ain't take no talent from him. But they bother AI the whole time. How tattoos automatically mean you're a thug? But that's how they played AI. And that's how his people allowed them to play him. Like at some point, we got to stand up for something. I wish I could get my foot in these rooms, baby, because I'll be screaming to the mountain. They'll be tired of hearing me. I'm so sick of her. Yeah, I know you is. But I'm telling it like it is. And if you don't like it, slide, Clyde. But you ain't going to make me conform to what you think. Right is going to always be right and wrong is going to always be wrong. There's room for grace. Sure did. Sure did, Miss Pandora. Act like AI was trash because of some tattoos. Don't get up out of her and leave him alone. Because like I said, don't take nothing away from his talent. John Morant is a beast. I'm going with that foolishness. Even though I be around here cussing my sons out watching John Morant them on the thing, you know, I can't take away from the baby talent. We can't. Y'all don't let them railroad John Morant. And if his own people can't say nothing positive about him, they just need to say nothing. If behind your insult can't come a solution, then you should just keep it to yourself. Because we getting so tired of seeing our own people pushing harder for our demise than other people. It be on our own people pushing hard. Y'all, excuse me, this is the first thing I ate all day. It be our own people pushing harder than anybody to destroy us. Like, it's an easy solution to that. Like, they taking this all overboard, honey. Acting like you would think this child that took somebody's life or something. That's what you would think. Over an Instagram post. If y'all don't sit y'all, like I said, not minimizing it. Because it is a big issue. It's a big problem. Children brandishing guns online and all that. And illegal, all that, you know, it is a big issue online. That's why I think this can be used, his mistake can be used to change a lot of things and to help. Yeah, he'll bounce back. But he have to have the right people around him to still work on his mentality. If they don't work on his mentality, if they just try to throw him back out there, this will happen again. If nobody genuine gets around this boy and fix his mentality and help him understand, baby, you really deserve this. You worked your ass off for this. You are, you know, don't think this is, you know, that nobody gave you nothing. You earned everything. If nobody don't get in his ear like that and help him understand everything that you got, you earned. You wasn't given nothing. So don't ever make nobody think they're doing you no favor. You earned everything you get. Help him really understand that. And that you worth something. And help him know that people really got his back. Help him understand that people really got his back. And people ain't just doing it for show. That they really genuinely got his back. And want to see him succeed. And don't want to just try to make a mockery of his situation. Or make a mockery of him. And he'll be just fine. But now that he see how people do him, he never gonna forget this now. He never gonna forget how they did him now. Even if he goes back, when he go back to playing ball, because he benched right now, John Morant ain't gonna never forget how they did him. And if it's not as many people speaking up for him in a positive manner as it is giving him this backlash in a negative manner, that's gonna always play back in his head. I don't care what position he get back on that basketball court and play, he ain't gonna never forget it. And his mentality only gonna get worse. Cause he gonna feel like he's expendable. Cause now a lot of people have showed their true colors. People that he thought was really down for him. They showed their true colors, and that hurt. Even a young man like that. A lot of people he thought genuinely loved him. The jump ship. And it jump shipped on the man. Then they jump ship on them because it's not the popular thing to do to stand with them. It's not popular. You know, a lot of people do stuff, just do what's popular, honey. And if it ain't popular to support you, they don't want to support you. Y'all know how that go. Y'all know how that go. Y'all know them people that only support you when it's popular to support you, honey. And then when it's no longer popular to support you, they act like they never even knew you. Huh. I feel sorry for the young man. I've been doing a lot of praying for the young man. Because at some point, they got to stop snatching our babies out the hood that's already dealing with some type of mental strain, and putting them in that position and then snatching them right back out of it for the first slightest mistake. They try to snatch it right away from them. And then you put a child that's already mentally trying to build, mentally trying to mature, and everything start happening so fast in their life, like money start just falling out they behind, and all of a sudden they're an overnight sensation. You can't just snatch that away from a child that's just trying to grow mentally. Can you imagine what that will mentally do to somebody? That'll be the worst thing in the world that they can do at this point, is kick that boy out of that game. It's now become his life. But he's staying true to what he know. See, somebody got to get that hood mentality out of him. But you think that's going to go away in 2 to 3 years? When that's been the majority of his life? Wherever he get the mentality he got from? No, you got to remake them. That takes time. You can't buy that. Certain things you can't put a price tag on. That's going to come with maturity. That don't happen overnight. He'll be all right, though. At least I hope. I'm praying. I'm speaking that he will. Because, again, none of this, his talent is undeniable. Yeah, it's going to take time and growth. And he need a fair chance. That's not a fair chance. It's like they try to do Shakar. Like, come on, man. Leave them babies alone. Getting them immature babies in situations, and then when they act immature, y'all want to act like it's the end of the world. How that work? How you get mad for somebody that's immature for acting immature? If y'all don't get, sat down somewhere. That boy 23 years old. If y'all don't sit down somewhere, he's 23 years old. He's going to make 1,000 more mistakes before his life is over. Okay? He's 23. He know not to make this specific mistake again. Tell you that. But he going to make mistakes. Five years ago, he was still in high school. 4 to 5 years ago, he was still in high school. Sit down somewhere. How you going to expect him to live a life of a 50-year-old with experience, and he only 23 years old? Experience is a good teacher. Let the baby get experience. Experience is something that all of us needed to grow. He's no different. His position is no different. Because he's a basketball player does not make it any different. You got to go through to get to. There's obstacles, there's hurdles that's going to get thrown in your way along your journey. Being a basketball player does not stop your journey. We all have a journey we have to travel. One that money can't buy. Because no matter how rich you are, you still have things that come up unexpectedly. Things that you have to go through unexpectedly. And some of them you can't buy your way out of. So no matter how rich you are, it does not change your set journey. Because what God has for you is for you, whether you like it or not. It ain't an earthly person that can pay him enough to detour your journey that he's created for you. Because he's the Alpha and the Omega. And your bank account don't change that. Like, man, get this baby some grace. Leave him the heck alone. Leave that baby alone. Help him or leave him alone. Help John Morant or leave the child alone. 23 years old and y'all expect him to do everything right? 23? Y'all don't sit down somewhere. That boy ain't hurt nobody. Like I say, it'd be different if he hurt somebody. He'd hurt nobody but himself. Child, they better leave John Morant alone. Leave that baby the dog alone. Like I said, you got Wade over there changing his whole genetic outlook. And y'all applauding that. A child that don't know no more what he want to be than nobody else at that age. Hell, when I was 6, I thought I could be a princess. I ain't sat on except for my mental throne. I ain't sat in the kingdom my whole life. When you get older, your mind changes, your mental changes. What you want to be changes. That child should not have had the right to make those kind of decisions at that age. I'm 1,000% in support of what his mother said. And Dwayne and Gabrielle, that they are disappointments in this situation. I don't care how nobody else say it. That child was not old enough. Boosie delivery was horrible. But I agree. He should have had time, not saying that he couldn't be whatever it is he wanted to be. They should have at least waited till he was old enough to really know what he wanted to be. And at that young age, now what if he get older and want to change back? Y'all to put the man on display like he a doggone doll baby or something. Making him a public exhibit. Your own freaking child. Boy, that's some sick. Boy. Child, the stuff that the world watch and try to make it right. It's ridiculous. Child. We just have to sit back and watch sometimes and just be like, Lord, Lord, Lord. Then the mama totally against it, the one who gave birth to him. And everybody saying she don't have a say. So she gave birth to him. I don't care how active she is in his life. She gave birth to him. But she wrong for still saying that's her son. His birth certificate says boy. So she can always say that's her son. Nobody can't tell that mama she can't call him her son. People stupid. See, that's another situation where people be overstepping. How you gonna tell that woman she can't say that's her son? She had a boy. You can't tell no mama what to say about their child. Who the hell do y'all think y'all are? Don't nobody should have more say than her. She gave him life. Sure. And that's the thing that's priceless. Don't matter how much money, you couldn't pay for that. Like, people just be like, just if you're going to be, a happy boy, just be a happy boy. You ain't had to try to change your name, genetic makeup. Like, that's too much. You too young. And as a parent, what was wrong with saying you too young, baby? I ain't saying you can't do it, but let's just wait until you're 100% sure, which that comes with experience. See how you live this life for a while. But that baby was a public spectacle soon as he came out and said that he was happy. He was put on display. So if he wanted to change his mind on the back end, he couldn't because they immediately pushed him out to the world. Like he was a toy. Not like he was a child that came in a serious situation where he was dealing with his sexuality. He couldn't even do it peacefully. He was immediately put on display. Child. This world is something else. But back up off Ja Morant, y'all. There's more stuff y'all can be focused on. Heal that baby. Pray for that baby. Show that baby some grace because he need it right now. He don't need his own people ganging up on him about a mistake because a lot of y'all churn doing the same things, okay? A lot of you churn on Instagram and stuff flashing weapons. A lot of you churn on they flashing illegal stuff. Don't hold Ja Morant at a higher accord than you hold your own child. Because a lot of y'all churn, all y'all family members doing the same thing. How you going to try to hold Ja Morant to something that you won't even hold your own family's insurance to? How fake is that? Sit down somewhere. He human just like y'all is. Just like y'all churn is. Just like y'all little cousins is. He 23. He going to make some of the same mistakes they made regardless if he played professional basketball or not. So expect that. Well, people crazy. I be feeling like I'm from what that is. I be feeling like I don't like humans sometimes, y'all. I don't. They just be so uncommon. Like common sense don't be common at all these days. It's just like these people live in another vortex or something. Like they just try to create a perfect world. Ain't nobody in the world perfect, and then don't nobody gotta walk by the beat of your drum. If you accept people for who they are, you don't. Either way, it don't take no skin off their back. Leave people alone. You choose who you deal with and not deal with, but don't try to crucify somebody else for their journey and their mistakes that they have to make along their journey if they haven't directly affected you in a negative manner. They haven't caused any harm to you. His mistake didn't cause any harm to anyone. Now, may it have given the wrong impression to some children? Yes, it may have. But that's for the parents to try to fix. Not Ja Morant. He's 23. He ain't got no doggone churn. But would it be a good idea for him to go and just put an emphasis to the children that that's not the way to go? Yes, that would be amazing. That's what he needs to do. Because he need to look those little babies that he disappointed straight in the eyes. And even at 23, learn a valuable lesson that he can carry through life that'll help him in his maturing. It'll help him grow as a man. Because he'll really get to realize this little baby's watching you, Ja. It's little babies rooting for you, Ja. It's little babies that want to be the next little Ja Morant. Don't let them down. But not the same people that he see every day that watched him slowly walking into this demise. Now y'all care so much. Y'all saw the signs. The signs was already there. The signs was already there. Now y'all want to bring up all the little stuff y'all saw. Oh, him emphasis this, emphasis on this, emphasis on that. Why you didn't fix it then? Y'all watched that baby walk into what you knew was going to be his demise. Y'all watched him walk right into the hole and fall. Now y'all want to throw dirt on top of him. Instead of stopping him before he made it to the hole. Mentoring him. Uplifting him. Pouring into him. Digging into it, finding out more about his childhood. More about how he feel outside of the basketball court. Planting seeds. Because he's more than just a basketball player. He's a human. That again has had life happen. And running up and down that court don't change it. Running up and down that court, a lot of people use it as a way of self-expression, a way of applying their anger to, to a positive outlet, but it still doesn't make the trauma go away. Or whatever it was, the things that he may have seen in his hood or whatever, or wherever he come from, the things that he may have seen in his childhood that he holding on to. Nobody dug for that kind of stuff. Thank you, Dwayne. May it come back to you 1,000 times fold. I appreciate you. Like, find out who is Ja Morant, the person. That baby 23. His story is just a couple of child. It's only a couple of pages in his book, baby. Hopefully he got many, much more life left. And if y'all expected him to be perfect, baby, y'all in for a rude awakening. Don't expect any more. Let me tell you something. Don't expect more out of anybody else than you expect out of yourself and your loved ones. What is y'all putting people on the pedestal for? We all fall short of God's glory every day. We all do stupid stuff sometimes. Stop trying to crucify people. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Because when you point one finger, it's 3 point back at you. And when we really think about it and think about the things we was doing at 23, can we really judge Ja Morant? Let's keep it gangster now. Think about what you was doing at 23 years old. Now, come on now. Let's keep this all real in the field. Child, bye. Leave that baby alone. Get some business about yourself. Leave that child alone. Stop trying to ruin that child life and his... Stop. Uplift the child. He made a mistake. That's fixable. He ain't hurt nobody again but himself and his image. Whatever that is. Because most people can't see past him being a basketball player. Most people don't care enough to see past him being a basketball player. Until now. Because now they feel like they can hurt him. So now everybody in the world got something to say. Maybe even some people that he already expressed that he was having feelings about something else or how he was feeling in his current situation, but it wasn't important enough to discuss it. But now that he's done something publicly, now everybody got something to say. Probably those same people that at some point he done said a word to or his demeanor was off, and none of that was important. But now, since it's popular, they want to talk about it. Or they want to try to knock him down. Leave that child alone. Well, that's what our discussion was about tonight. Y'all know I always enjoy y'all. Always, always, always. But I'm going to let y'all go. It's been an hour now. And I just got off from work, y'all. And Dwayne, I wanted to check on you too, but I'm glad that you better off tonight. I had to come on here and check on you tonight to make sure that you was all right. But I'm going to go. May y'all today be better than yesterday. May your tomorrow be better than today. Know that every day that God blows that breath in your body, you're one step closer to your season. Everybody send a prayer for Ja Morant. Pray that God turn this around for that young man. And I'm out.